Tanzania has come here because we are believers and support what Indaba has been doing for the last 30 years. We came to celebrate the 30th anniversary, and we came as a country because our country has undergone some very serious reformation with the new president, Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, have come to understand the potential of mineral resources we have for building the country economy. So she wanted us to come as a country. She wanted the private sector to work together with her government to come to Indaba to share the experience and to solicit networks of other like-minded partners who can come to invest in Tanzania, because we have come a long way in creating the conducive environment for investors who probably want to invest in Tanzania other than any other place in Africa.
For sure, because the focus has been on the critical metals that
Yes.
we have heard will be critical for our future.
Correct.
And so, what message have you come to the Indaba with in terms of what has been the investment pitch to some of the potential investors that you're trying to woo into your sector, sir?
On the very first day upon arrival here, we put up a showcase, and through that showcase, we were trying to show the world, number one, what mineral resources we have, the critical minerals that the world is looking for. We have the nickel, we have the graphite, we have all kinds of mineral resources that are being sought out by the rest of the world. But we also wanted to show them how accessible the minerals are, because we pitched the fact that we are working very hard as a country on the enabling infrastructure to allow mining operations to go effectively in the areas where the mineral resources are found. We are building railroads, we are building paved roads, we are building airports, we are improving our ports, and the effort that we have put in place have been demonstrated through that showcase that we put up that day. But we concluded by inviting all the investors who are interested in Tanzania to come, because we have also put in place good policy, good laws and regulation that provide all the kind of incentives that an investor who is serious can come to Tanzania.
Maybe just talk to us a little bit about the incentives or the good laws and policies that you have presented to some investors here who may not have been aware
Yes.
of what the legal operating environment is like in Tanzania's mining sector.
Through our investment policy, and we have a center called Tanzania Investment Center. When an investor comes in and they want to invest in Tanzania, they get some incentives, including the tax breaks, including the signing of the established frameworks for investments, which warrants and guarantee the safety and security of the investment in the country. But we also pitch that they should be comfortable, because Tanzania is a very peaceful country, whereby they are sure there are no fracas that will disrupt their businesses. But also we demonstrate to them how we are working so hard to ensure the infrastructure, their power supply systems, which are now one of our top priorities, are going to be put in place to show that this country is worthwhile to invest in.
And of course, it's a two-way transaction, in as much as Tanzania can present opportunities for investors to come and bring in their capital.
Right.
There are requirements that you as a country also expect from the investors who come and do business, and it's requirements around sustainability, of course, and social upliftment.
Right.
A lot of the ministers that we've spoken to so far have spoken about the urgency around creating value within their country, particularly with the processing of a lot of these metals.
Right.
Perhaps just speak to us about where Tanzania stands in terms of beneficiation and the approach that you're also taking towards it, sir.
Thank you, a very great question, because that's one of the other items we are pitching for, that Africa should have its own strategy on production, processing, and the beneficiation and value addition of its mineral resources. And for Tanzania, we have come a long way. For number one, we have developed those policies and regulations. One of the key regulations is called the local content regulation. Through the local content regulation, all the investors who come in the country must first and foremost use the locally available resources, either manpower or other supplies that can be found. But where they have to order from outside, they have to partner with a company that may be able to import from outside the material they need. But the most important thing of all that I can share with you is the fact that Tanzania policy has clearly stated that we will do everything possible to make sure our mining mineral resources is not only produced and sold as raw material, but processed, beneficiated, and added value in the country. In fact, our long-term vision is to be able to be a country that supplies end-user products from the resources that are produced in this country. And we know our limited capacity in terms of technology, in terms of financial resources. So that's why we are inviting investors who can come in and partner with our government through the framework agreement that they have to sign. So the government get a smaller share and they get a larger share, but the beneficiation will spread the benefits throughout the country through employment, through capacity building, through the availability of those products that we too may need as a country, and then being able to do international trade using the end user products, which at the end of the line, in the long vision, we want also to be able to be engaged in the recycling of the resources, because the sustainable supply will depend on how we can extend the lifespan of the mines through exploration, but how we can recycle some of these products, so we are guaranteeing the world that there is a continuous supply of those minerals.
Okay, yes. And I imagine that the strategy is what you have presented to some of the investors here at the Indaba and some of the conversations that you've been having here. And I'm just wondering what the response from the private sector has been to your approach to beneficiation.
Yes, we are working on our strategy right now, so it's a document in the making, but we painted the roadmap. That our roadmap is, you come to invest in Tanzania, we will give you an exploration license because we want to explore to know how much deposit of each critical mineral we have, but we will also give you access to developing infrastructure for processing the minerals, beneficiating the minerals, and add value in the minerals. And we tell them about the framework agreement, which so far, right now, the government only requires like a minimum of 16% of the shares from the company, which is the free credit interest allotment, and 84% is left to the investor, who will be investing all the capital and technology to be able to benefit. So it is a win-win situation whereby we believe the company that is serious should be able to take that as a very special offer. So 80% is all yours. Sure. And we only take 16% as a government. And then the paying of taxes into the normal process. Well,
so we look forward to, of course, seeing the outcomes then of the discussions that you have had here, and also of the discussions that could come as a result of the strategy being finalized in terms of the deals that could be announced. But until then, so thanks so much for your time. We'll leave it there.
Thank you very much. We are looking forward to having many big investors come to invest in Tanzania, because I think the country is ready and we have everything that they need to offer.
Okay.